G'day, guys. Welcome back to Steelers Nation Australia. Look, there's a lot going on, so I want to talk more about my Pittsburgh Steelers, your Pittsburgh Steelers, and also Jaylen Warren. Now, I have said previously, I think a few months ago, I said that Jaylen Warren, and I stand by it. I stand by it. I think Jaylen Warren will get 1,000 yards rushing with this offense. Now, I do think as well that Najee Harris is going to be the first back. I believe he will get, majority snaps being 40, 50, 55, maybe 60% of snaps. Jaylen Warren around 40 or 35, something similar to that. But I think they're going to be used more in that, duo back set, like 1-2 punch style. And I reckon Jaylen Warren gets 1,000 yards rushing. Now, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But that's a bold prediction. It's a bit of fun. So I've also found on the internet too an article via CBS, and that's my goal. My goal is I want to see Jaylen Warren get 1,000 yards. However, it's not Jaylen Warren's goal. I found this article via CBS. Let me bring it up here. I'll go down the bottom. This one. Where am I? All the way down here. I think I'm over here. Right. So this is via CBS. So I will link this article in the description below. And this was an interview catching up with Jaylen Warren and talking about his goal. Now, what's cool with this? What is very cool with this is that Jaylen Warren isn't overly worried about the stats, right? He doesn't care about the stats. He wants confetti. He wants the confetti game. That's what he wants, right? Now, we'll go through the questions and I'll try and read and react to them as best we can. It says here, CBS Sports caught up with Warren following the Steelers' first training camp practice, which was a day or so ago. Here's how the conversation went with a number of topics. In the primary goal for the season, I want 1,000 yards. Jaylen Warren, he wants a Super Bowl. It says here, what's your level of comfort now compared to last year when you were a rookie trying to make the 53? And I love his answers too. I've skimmed through this before, but I've forgotten a lot of the answers. And I just love the way how he's so confident. And he's an undrafted guy too. You always got to root for the undrafted guy. JW says here, Jaylen Warren says, I know the plays better. I'm comfortable with my teammates now. There's some comfort, but I'm not trying to get too comfortable. And I love that. So he understands the playbook. He's getting things. He's realizing ideas and understanding the playbook more and more and more. However, not getting too comfortable, which is always good to see. The question here was another one was, what was the experience like last year when you and Najee became the best 1-2 running back punch in the league? JW says it was a great experience. It played out how it played out. Each day we played on stacking bricks and getting better. Another great answer. What's it like sharing the backfield with him? Jaylen Warren says it's good. We learn off each other. We're there to pick each other up when needed, and we're a good complement to each other too. So you can already see that. Jaylen Warren likes the idea of the 1-2 punch. He knows he's the second running back. Najee Harris is the number one running back. We all know that, right? But the overall confidence, and when you watch him on tape, you look at the training camp, you look at the OTAs that happened, look at the mini camps as well. You can see the confidence exuding out from, I think that's a word, by the way, exuding? I hope so. Doesn't matter. I think I said it well enough. You can see the overall hype and confidence from Jaylen Warren running the football. Wrecking Ball Warren is ready to go. So interviews like this, it shows that he's checked in. It also shows in the previous video I just made about Kenny Pickett, he's checked in. This offense is buying into be better, buying into getting their craft, and their goal is the confetti game being the Super Bowl, right? I'll go back to the article. I get so hyped up in this stuff. I really do. I get so hyped up. I love it. It says here, do you have a specific goal for this season? Jaylen Warren says confetti game. That means Super Bowl. That means you win that game and the black and gold confetti rains down. As an undrafted guy, that is fantastic. That is awesome to see. And I instantly want to go run through a brick wall because I know that that's what Jaylen Warren wants to do. How cool is that? That's his only answer. He doesn't talk about stats. He doesn't talk about the 1,000 yards that I want. He doesn't talk about catching this, doing this. He doesn't talk about all pros. He talks about confetti game. And that's Super Bowl. And that's the goal. That is the end goal. You do all the hard yards, all the hard work to get to the Super Bowl and win. How good is that to see from an undrafted guy now going to his second year being the running back and the duo behind Najee Harris, But even then, they're a 1-2 punch. Confetti game. Fired up. He says, that's a good goal with his offense. How important will it be to be selfless? Because there's a lot of talent. There will be times when people aren't getting many touches as they like. JW says, it's going to be very important. We're going to need each other to get where we're going. And so hopefully everyone's bought in and we establish that. I just talked about that. I reckon they are buying in. I feel like every Steelers player is doing that. There's a new era, there's a new feeling in this team. The defense sees it. Kenny Pickett sees it. The coaches see it. The offensive line is now bigger and better. So Jaylen Warren saying this, he wants confetti game, and he also wants to see players buy in, and he's going to buy in. That's the answer you want to see from a young player going into his second year. I believe he's only like, 20, 25, 26. Says here, Omar Khan and Coach Tomlin keep talking about positive vibes surrounding this team. Are you sensing that? Jaylen Warren says this. Yes. Well, yeah. We're all comfortable with each other. We all play for each other. It's good. Another good sign. A brotherhood of steel, right? You're running behind the offensive line. If you're good mates with the offensive line, that is fantastic. They're going to block for you. They're going to play harder. If you're good mates with Najee Harris, that is also fantastic, right? The 1-2 punch. Keen to see these guys go off this season. Says, what do you guys do after practice each day? Jaylen Warren says, I think it's dinner, and then we've got meetings at 8:30. Simple, easy done. Grab dinner, go to meetings, and then the next day. Here's probably the best answer, though, that I found out of the whole thing. So the interviewer says, from CBS says, no movies, video games, anything fun? Jaylen Warren says, no time for that now. Go back to the dorm, film study, and whatever it takes to get prepared for tomorrow. What an answer. What an absolute gem of an answer. So they're pretty much in saying that, okay, you don't watch movies, you don't play any video games, nothing fun. Jaylen Warren says, nah, I go home, I have dinner, I go to the meeting, back to the dorm, we film study, and then whatever it takes to get ready for tomorrow. Preparation for tomorrow is key. Preparation for tomorrow is always key. Woo, I'm fired up. It says here, is anything that's specific about your game that you're trying to improve on? It says here, really just trying to understand defenses, being kind of sound and understanding what's coming and just being on top of my keys. So basically learning the game, learning the position, how to read the defense, stuff like that. It says here, what does a sound running game do for an offense? He says here, you establish the run game. I feel like the defense is going to put more in the box, which they can do. You see that? That opens up receivers. And then we can go. I've never heard of this song, by the way. We can go bombs over Baghdad, alluding to a 2000 Outcast song, right? And then he says here to end the interview, man, that song's a little bit before your time. He said, I'm an old soul, and I actually see that. I see that with Jaylen Warren. I feel like he's an older soul. He's a quieter guy, but you know what? You don't mess with those people. Don't mess with those kind of players that are quieter, a bit like Troy. And all they want to do is play football and get the yards and move forward to get the first downs. And yes, his goal this year is confetti game. That's his goal. My goal for Jaylen Warren is 1,000 yards. I would rather see my goal not happen and he get 980 yards or 920 or 850 and the Steelers win a Super Bowl. Let me know in the comments below, guys. I'm fired up. Hope you guys are too. I'll see you later.